Just a couple of other tidbits of information, not that you need to know this for a quiz or anything, but I just thought it was interesting. In America, there is one pop machine for every 97 people. That's how much pop we drink. And that does, we're drinking a lot more pop because we're going into these convenience stores and buying the super big gulps and everything else. But it's amazing that you can't go to even the smallest of towns. I remember going to see one of my basketball players to his house one time in Portage, and they even had a pop machine in Portage. So it doesn't matter where you go, and there's pop machines there because people are always drinking a lot of soda, which is definitely not good for us. Again, we're not getting enough water. I thought this was kind of an interesting statistic. Gas stations, places such as Maverick, make significantly more money off of candy and pop than they even come close to in selling gas. And part of that is a lot of that gas money goes towards taxes and governments and oil companies and everything else. But even at that, it's pretty amazing that the candy and pop is what keeps these gas stations afloat. Now, I mentioned early at the very start of the trimester how health is always changing, and you read something and you read something else and you wonder what's true, and we've been talking about for years and hundreds of years heart disease and what we can do to reduce heart disease and how our diet affects our heart disease. And there's no question that eating fast food is going to have an impact on your risk of heart disease. But I thought this was interesting, so I'm going to share it with you. Diet and heart disease. For those of you who watch what you eat, here's the final word on nutrition and health. It's a relief to know the truth after all those conflicting medical studies. The Japanese eat very little fat and suffer fewer heart attacks than Americans. The Mexicans eat a lot of fat and suffer fewer heart attacks than Americans. The Japanese drink very little red wine and suffer fewer heart attacks than Americans. The Italians drink excessive amounts of red wine and suffer fewer heart attacks than Americans. The Germans drink a lot of beers and eat a lot of sausage and fats and suffer fewer heart attacks than Americans. So what's the conclusion? Eat and drink what you like. Speaking English is apparently what kills you. Nah, just kidding. Just wanted to make you smile again at the end of this. So now I want to just talk briefly, and then we'll be done for today, about, we know that diet is not just about losing weight. It's what we usually eat. And we know we eat way too much fast food, as we've seen from those statistics. But now I want to talk about what we usually think of when we think about diet. And again, I wish we were in class so I could have your answers of what you thought on the following question. Why most Americans lose weight? Why do most Americans choose to lose weight? Kind of think about that for a second and see if you come up with one of the top 3 reasons they found why Americans want to lose weight.